Ciel. Anyway, needy cat aside, she's one of my foster kitties, and she's been adopted twice and been returned twice, so she's here and she's staying put now. She's not going anywhere. But anyway, so gonna be a different video today. We're gonna be reviewing the Mega Man cartoon OST. This thing was released back in like 95 or something like that, and obviously was an OST to the cartoon. Now, I know what you're thinking, OST, that means that Super Fighting Robot song that's only 10 whole words that everybody seems to love is in there. No, it's not. It's not there at all. None of the background music or anything is there, period. A whole bunch of stuff that's there is a bunch of crazy nonsense crap. But I did have this thing as a kid. We actually found it at a Walmart when I was growing up and took it home and immediately started laughing at the nonsense. However, in 98, I came back from college and we had a house fire, and that went up in the house fire, unfortunately. So I have lost my copy. But you know, I do have the MP3. Somebody was kind enough to finally rip the darn thing and put it up on the internet, so we have it again. So I'm going to be reviewing this, and we'll go from there. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to cut this short, and we're going to get right. So here's what some of the CD looked like. Obviously, we have Mega Man in all of his beefcake glory. I think most of this was kind of promotional artwork for the series when it first came out. The thing is that the songs that are on the CD are, like I said, nothing that was actually from the cartoon. It was all stuff that the only time you would ever catch any of these tunes playing would be during the ending credits of Season 2. And that one episode from Season 3 that we got, Crime of the Century. But that was the only time you ever heard any of the songs off of this CD. And it's not like you really knew that this CD was even out there. It's not like they advertised it during the credits that the CD is available, you can go buy it now. They didn't. So, or at least I don't really remember that being on there when I was watching the cartoon growing up. But most of the songs, from what I can tell, only seem to be on the CD because of the fact that maybe the band's name seems to mention robots or robotics. Like, one of the band's names, I believe, is Machines of Loving Grace or something like that. And, yeah. I think that's the only reason why that song got put on this thing. Other times, the song actually refers to one of the characters' names as part of the lyrics, and I think maybe sometimes that was the only reason why that song got on the CD. So, we're gonna go and review this thing now. Okay, so this is the first track off the CD, and this one's not that bad. It does have some relevant lyrics, but I also think it's one of those tracks where it only gets in here for a name. There you go. That's what I mean. Some of these tracks, I think they only got on here because they happened to mention a character's name or something just by the lyrics. But otherwise, it's fairly relevant and it's a good tune. It's catchy, it's upbeat. I don't mind it that much. Alright, here's track 2. This is by a group called Skid Row, and the song is named Eileen. This is one of those songs where I really do not understand how this thing got on the Mega Man OST. Because I can't figure out who Eileen is supposed to be. I'll let you listen to the lyrics when we get to it. In the beginning, it's kind of kooky and creepy type sounding. It would go better in a Tim Burton film than it would on this. But regardless, it's on here. I still can't figure out who Eileen's supposed to be. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I still don't understand how this thing got on here. But it did. Alright. Here's another one where I don't know how this thing got on here. This one's by a band called Smile, and the song is named She. So there's 2 tracks that are devoted to some mysterious female. And we all know the Mega Man cartoon had one lone main female character, and that was Roll. Maybe this song was supposed to be about Roll not bothering Mega too much. Oh, that's why. Breaking robots. Okay. It's talking about Roll breaking, I guess. Otherwise, there's absolutely no reason why this song should be on here. Okay. Admittedly, this one is one of those pretty relevant lyrics type things. But also, I think the main reason why I got on here was because of the name of the song. It's by Sugar Ray. They were pretty popular back in the 90s. And the song is called Iron Mike. We're talking about robots here, so obviously iron. A lot of it. That's also kind of relevant, because I'm pretty sure somewhere in the cartoon it's found out that Mega Man and Dr. Light and everybody lives kind of on the outskirts of New York City. And being that he's a robot, he obviously doesn't have real parents. However, in light of this, after looking over the lyrics, because I never really listened to this thing, it actually refers to a hooker and the word motherfucker is used. I don't believe either of those are bleated out. I'm not sure. So, I mean, wow. This is a kid's CD, guys. Okay. This is probably the oddest track on the entire thing.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it's the sound of Uptown #1 DJ SNS, Advantageous Entertainment, and Notorious B.I.G. Bring you into the realms of Junior Mafia. You know what I'm saying? You know we get down. Clark Kent, 96 track. Run up. Yeah. Bring it. Yeah.
I'm assuming that this is supposed to be like the bad guys theme, I guess. And that might be why they put it on here, because it was kind of like a bad guys theme. And it kind of works for the Dr. Wily's robots, or I should say Dr. Light's robots that were stolen and still are brainwashed as far as the cartoon's concerned. But, check this out.
My GS3 gleams perfectly. Little seeds get more light than stems. Lands and Lexus is flexed with the MAFIA. Plus make my day. Friday to Friday stay bed, baby. Plus stylist, sipping on Belly's Irish. My wrist filthy wrist by 16. Swimming in cream, the dollar and the dream. Song knocking on holes, answering machine. True baller, page my caller. A little shorty, but I like my taller. Nasty,
Yeah,
the flashiest.
they are actually bleeping out the swears. It's not really noticeable. Little Kim comes in eventually on this thing, and then it's really noticeable because she swears a lot. But I just don't see the Mega Man bad guy robots really rapping along to this. I just don't see it happening. Okay, so this one is by a group called Machines of Loving Grace, and the name of the song is called Tryst. Otherwise, I can't really think of any of the reasons why this song would be on the CD other than the name of the band is Machines of Loving Grace. And therefore the robot reference again. Otherwise, I don't really care for this song, but I'll play it a little bit for everybody. never did like this song. I guess the same band also did a song off the Crow soundtrack, but I don't care for this style of music, but that doesn't mean that anybody else might not like it. Alright, this was probably one of my favorite songs off the CD. Obviously, Cinderman running away, that's obviously Dr. Wily constantly running away from Mega Man, so... But either way, it's really upbeat, it's fun. It's a little bit scary, because eventually, you know, the Cinderman runs to the sun was melting, the moon's bleeding, eventually he gets up to the devil, and the devil's waiting, so you got kind of your country honky-tonk type thing, you know, biblical proportions. Could be a little scary for a kid, but otherwise, this is probably one of the safer tracks on the CD. Okay, time for another alternative rock type track. This one's also got relevant lyrics. It's called So Far, So Good, So What. It's by a group called CIV. I mean, I kind of understand the lyrics to this one. It's not really... It doesn't talk about robots or machines or anything like that. It's just... Yeah, you know. I don't know. I guess it kind of fits. But this is one of those songs where it could fit to just about anything. Oh my gosh, I have been waiting to get to this song. This is my favorite song off of the CD. No question. This is a song called Take Cover. It's by a group called Mr. Big, and they were very popular back in the 80s. And I mean, the song's just beautiful just from the get-go, but the lyrics, they are very relevant. I mean, the song's called Take Cover, so you got a bunch of robotic guys blasting at each other. They're gonna take cover during the fire, so... Anyway. But the lyrics, they don't remind me of Mega Man so much. They remind me of X. Take a listen. So yeah, I'm pretty sure too that since the episode that X showed up in, Mega X, was during Season 2, the music from the OST would have played during the credits. And I'm pretty sure that during the credits for that episode, it was the song. So that just kind of, I don't know, probably makes everything make more sense to me in that way. So, but yeah, this song just... It really does strongly remind me of X versus classic Mega Man. I mean, I know in the cartoon, X is like blowing crap up and doesn't care and totally out of character for him. And he looked like he was 45. But regardless, this song just reminds me of the X that we all know. You know, the one that is generally a nice-natured person. So, yeah. Okay. Time for that obscure track that we never see coming. A disco track. Go figure. And that's the only lyric at all. I'm serious. It just repeats that over and over and over again. My sister loved this song. I didn't, because I didn't see any need for this song. The only reason why I can figure this song's even on here is because obviously the name of the song is Got Myself Together. The name of the group is called The Bucketheads. I seriously think that that's the only reason why the song's even on here. A buckethead could be, it's slang for a robot. So, we don't need any more of this obscure nonsense. Yep. A reggae song. I mean, the lyrics, they are relevant to the idea, the premise of the Mega Man series, but really? A reggae song? Talk about obscurity. I mean, I don't mind this song. It's not that bad at all. It's actually pretty enjoyable, but I don't know. I was just kind of blown away when I heard this song. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, yeah. I mean, if Wily's constantly attacking humans, then obviously all the people are going to be upset and frustrated and all that good stuff. So yeah, relevant lyrics. Okay. I understand. That's why it's here. It's a lot better than the last track, why the only reason that song was on there because of the name of the band. Okay, last track, and this one is easily the most laughable. This is the quote-unquote Mega Man theme, and it is by Mega Man himself. There's your lyrics! That's it. That's it. That's all that happens. This entire song. That's it! It just repeats Mega Man all over the place. Over and over again. It's technically a techno song, so if you like techno or trance, this is right up your alley. But for most people that want to keep their eardrums intact, I suggest skipping over this one and you know, the actual theme song is better than this nonsense. Seriously. And I don't even like the main theme song. Let's see, it gets into the techno a little bit more, and I feel like Dr. Light gave Mega Man one of those cheap Casio keyboards for his birthday, and this is what resulted of it. In which case, I want to shoot both of them. Okay, so that's it. That's the review. I got some credit things I gotta say, just in case. The last image of Wily I used during Cinderman, I am pretty sure that's some kind of fan art. I couldn't figure out where it came from or who to credit. So if anybody knows who drew that, or if it is a fan art, or if it's just maybe some production image of Wily from the cartoon I just didn't know about, just comment, let me know if that's a fan art or not, and I'll gladly comment and add credit where it's due, because that was a really awesome image of Wily, and I wanted to go ahead and use it since Cinderman, in my personal opinion, was supposed to be about Wily. Either way, also, the majority of the images that I have in this thing from the cartoon, I did technically steal those off of somebody's MySpace that apparently roleplays as cartoon version Mega Man. And those were his photos of himself and his family and friends. So, I'm just saying this. Chances are it's never gonna happen, but hey, cartoon version Mega Man, please don't kill me. Okay? I'm sorry I stole your photos, dude. Just don't kill me, okay? I know it's not really gonna happen, more than likely, guys, but just in case, okay? I really want to cover all my bases here. I mean, we're talking somebody with a blaster for a hand. Come on. Anyway. And then the last thing, the black cat that appeared at the beginning of this video, her name was Ciel, and unfortunately, while I was making this video, she passed away very suddenly and very traumatically. I'm not going to go into details, but it was not planned nor expected that she was going to pass away so suddenly. But she did, unfortunately, and that is, unfortunately, sometimes what happens with pet ownership. But it sucked, and it was very traumatic for me. It crushed me for a few days. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting her to pass on. I was honestly expecting to keep her, and because, like I said, she had been returned twice, and it was just like, you know, because she had been born feral, and she actually literally almost took out my eye once when I was going to get her fixed. She bit through my finger, like literally the whole way through my finger, and then she also gashed me in the eye, and probably should have had a few stitches put in my eyelid because it was open to where you could, like, it was bad. I was bleeding all over the place. She literally nearly took out my eye. But, you know, she was just that feral where she was cornered and she was trapped. She was vicious and she was deadly. But when she was in a comfortable environment where she felt safe and she was with people she felt comfortable around, she was how she was at the beginning of this video, and very sweet, very affectionate, very needy for attention. Just, I could never get her to leave me alone for more than 2 seconds. And I was debating changing the beginning of the video, like re-recording it, but hey, lightning, no, sorry. I was debating changing the video and redoing it, but in the end I decided against it because that's like the only video I have of Ciel being how she was, how I remembered her, and I didn't want to erase that memory, and I definitely did not want to stop it from going online and other people seeing how much of a sweet cat she was once people got to know her and got to get used to her and she got comfortable around other people. I mean, if people, the problem is that when people adopted her, you know, they never gave her more than a day or two to get adjusted, and when you adopt an animal, you have to give them time to get adjusted to you, to your environment, and new smells and new everything. You know, you're literally uprooting them from a place where they're comfortable to a totally new environment where they're not going to be comfortable at first. I mean, some cats react very badly, some cats are fine. But, you know, unfortunately nobody gave her enough time to adjust, and that's why she got returned twice. But, you know, I didn't want her memory to be forgotten. I wanted to make sure that people could see how much of a sweet girl she was, so this video is definitely in memory of Ciel, and just how much of a sweet, dear little cat she was. So, you know, when you're up there somewhere, I'll see you again, but, you know, I definitely didn't want to get rid of that memory. Otherwise, it's 6 a.m. here. It's very cold, and I'm going to go to bed now because I've been working on this stupid video all night. Because I wanted to upload something because I've noticed that there's been a whole bunch of you guys that just suddenly give up and subscribe to me suddenly. So, and I got a feeling that it's because I upload some Mega Man stuff once in a while. So I figured I'd do something kind of different, kind of fun, not expected. It's not an MMD, it's not X dancing around like a crazy man. It's not anything crazy or kooky like that. So, either way, I have pouncing kittens behind me, so sorry. Either way, whatever. This video is done. I'm going to bed now. You guys have a good night. I will see you guys next time. I've got some other videos up here that I plan on getting done. But otherwise, you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later.